running shoes, and I told you, I said, oh, I have those shoes. I love that. It's okay. You just have to be happy with what you have and figure out, what your direction is. And so once I really started to accept that as a teenager, life became a little bit happier for me. So I spent one whole year, my 8th grade year, every single night going to the gym with my cousin after I'd finished my homework, and I worked on everything. I played pickup against anybody, boys, girls, men, anybody who came to the gym. I wanted to play ball. I would shoot, dribble. I shoot about 200 to 500 shots a day, working on every shot that you can possibly think of, in the key, outside of the paint. It takes practice. So the second thing I'll tell you is there's no true key to being successful other than hard work. That's what I did. It's not because I'm tall. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of tall people who probably can't make a basket, or they're not that good. There is no secret to what I did other than I made the decision that I wanted to be good. And then I love quotes. So one of the quotes that I saw one time was that somebody's got to be the best, so why not me? So I thought, that sounds good to me. Somebody's got to be the best. So I started writing down my goals, and this is one of the things that I want to make sure, if you don't remember anything else about what I tell you, remember this. I wrote down my goals. I wrote down my short-term goals, which were my goals that I wanted to achieve within 1 year. So what that means is I started writing down what type of grades I wanted to get in school. I was never a straight-A student until I became an adult, but I was never a straight-A student as a kid. I had a 3.5, 3.7 at times. So I would write down that what I wanted to get in each class. I wanted to get an A in English, a B in math. I tried to do my best in each course, but once I started writing down these goals, it helped me to stay focused. The second thing with my short-term goals was I started to do my worst subject first. So in order to improve your grades, sometimes most often, how many of you do your favorite subject first? You can raise your hands if you do. Anybody? Yeah? Because most of the times we like to do what we like to do. When we're happy, we start out with our favorite subject, and we usually leave our worst subject for last, right? Which then means that that particular grade usually stays the lowest. Even if it's a B, it's lower than an A, because you do that subject last. So what I started doing was doing my worst subject first, and I started improving my grades and doing better in the classes that I actually didn't like the most. So that was another thing I did. The third thing that I did was write down my long-term goals. And long-term goals are goals that you want to achieve within 5 years. So let's just say if you are on your team and you want to become most improved, or if you want to become a better shooter or a better defensive player, you should write those things down. And when you write them down, I would put my goals on my mirror in the bathroom and on the refrigerator, because I know I was going to go to those places at least twice a day. I like to eat too, so I would put it on the refrigerator. So it's important for you to be able to see your goals and remind yourself of what it is that you're trying to achieve. So when I saw these goals every day, I started to sacrifice my time of hanging out. Maybe I'd say, no, I don't want to go to the mall. I'd rather go to the gym. No, I don't want to go over to my cousin's house and hang out. I decided I'm going to go to the gym. So what I started doing was going to the gym and finding ways to get to the gym every day or every other day as much as possible. When I couldn't get to the gym, I started carrying a basketball around. I'd start dribbling a basketball. I'd keep a basketball in my hands. The reason why you want to try to keep a basketball in your hands is because basketball is it's about feeling and touch, right? For all of you guys who were dribbling, Maddie, you were dribbling, Sophia, you were dribbling. It's important Jessica, you were dribbling. It's important to have a good touch and feel for the ball. So you want to try to keep a ball in your hands. If you're at home, rolling it around. I used to lay on the floor, shoot it in the air, constantly trying to get more familiar with the basketball so that I could become a good catcher and a good passer as well. So as I continued to write down these goals and as I had them on my refrigerator, these opportunities came along. So I'll share with you. One of my goals was that I wanted to become, first, was the best player in the state of California. I thought, okay, this is a really big goal. This is a huge state. I'm not sure if I could become the best player, but I wrote it down. Well, my freshman year in high school, we went to we didn't go to the state championship. We lost before we got to the state championship. So it was disappointing, so I wrote down that I wanted to win a state championship. My sophomore year, we get to the state championship. So I'll tell you, there was 4 seconds left on the clock. Our team called a timeout, and by this time I had grown, so I was 6'4". I'm actually 6'5" right now. Thank God, I was praying a lot, like, please, okay, this is enough. I was 6'4" at the time. I was a sophomore in high school, and my coach called a timeout. 4 seconds left on the clock. It's the state championship, and he wrote out this play. And the play was a basic box play, and he said, Lisa, I want you to line up right here on the blocks, right underneath the basket. We had run this play at least 100 times, but it's the state championship. They took the ball out of bounds. I'm supposed to act like I'm going to do something and basically get a lob, right? That's what you would do if you have a 6'5" player. So they threw me the ball, and I turned, and I took the game-winning shot. Did you think I made it or missed it?
Made it.
Huh?
Made it.
That's what I would think too. Thank you, but I missed it. I missed that shot, and when I missed the shot, we lost. And I probably cried for about 2 or 3 days. I don't know. My mom kept saying all these positive things, like, it's okay, you did your best. And I'm like, no, Mom, we lost. It was devastating because I felt like I had let everybody down. You know, I was a sophomore, and plus I'm 6'5". I'm so close to the basket, like I should have been able to make that shot. But I didn't. But I think the beautiful part about basketball is there's adversity. Everything doesn't always go your way, right? Have you ever been hit in the eye, hit in the face with the ball? Oh my God, the first time that ever happened. You get hit in the face with the ball, and you think everybody sees your face. It feels like it's just like, everything doesn't always go your way in basketball. And that time it didn't go my way. But what I love about basketball is also it helps you to really dig down deep and find out what you're made of, right? It helps you to figure out if you get hurt, you get back up. If you have to, you know, take some time off, if you have to ice some injuries, you still get back up and you keep trying because you're passionate about it, because you love the game. So what did I do? I went back and wrote down more goals. I wanted to be the best player in the state of California. I wanted to win the state championship, and I wanted to make a game-winning shot. Of course,